Have you ever stumbled upon a picture that just stops you in your tracks? A fleeting moment captured forever that tells a story you never knew existed? From the whispers of forgotten history to the undeniable impact of recent events, there are images out there that reshape our understanding, evoke powerful emotions, and reveal sides of the world we rarely get to see. My name is Phil from Rare Real Photos, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into the archives and scouring the globe to bring you some of the most extraordinary and rarely seen photographs, both from the annals of time and the headlines of today. Get ready to have your perspective shifted, because these aren't just pictures, they're portals to another reality. So you know the drill. Grab a drink, sit back, and let's get right into it. Lunch atop a skyscraper immortalizes 11 ironworkers perched on a beam high above Manhattan in 1932. Picture of cats and their owner, photo taken more than 100 years ago. In 1960, a wire suit was developed to measure body temperatures for research into the physiological effects of high-speed and space travel. People picnicked with alligators at a Los Angeles attraction for nearly half a century. A youngster stands near a pissoir, one of Paris's outdoor urinals installed from the mid-19th century onwards. A seemingly unremarkable Czech wooden water well, dated at 7,275 years old by tree ring analysis, may be the world's oldest known wooden structure. This 40,000-year-old mammoth ivory figurine depicts a woman with prominent breasts and genitalia, while her head, arms, and legs are only suggested. Discovered in Germany's Saalburg Roman fort, this 2,000-year-old shoe exhibits a remarkably fashionable and intricate design for its era. Made by Filippo Negroli in Milan around 1541, this Nemean Lion Parade Burgonet belonged to Charles V. Vintage photos from 1850-1900 capture female samurai warriors holding katana swords, showcasing their historical presence and martial prowess. The Willamette meteorite is the largest ever discovered in the United States. On May 28, 1957, NATO observers witnessed the detonation of Operation Plum Bob Boltzmann. On April 25, 1887, workers were seen preparing the foundational elements for the construction of the Eiffel Tower. Spooky and unsettling Halloween costumes from the 1900s. These are the tools of Ted Bundy found during the case investigation. The Amityville Massacre aftermath led to Ronald DeFeo Jr.'s conviction, and the house gaining infamy as the alleged site of paranormal activity. Ted Bundy was pictured interacting with his former girlfriend's child. A courtroom artist depicted Ed Gein during his trial, noting that he was the most evil person she had ever seen. In 1926, Gertrude Ederle, a 19-year-old, became the first woman to successfully swim the English Channel. On November 12, 1928, the SS Vestris capsized and sank in the Atlantic Ocean due to severe weather, killing 111 of 326 people on board, as captured in a photo by Fred Hansen moments before the disaster. The 16th century skull-shaped watch of Mary, Queen of Scots, served as a memento mori, symbolizing mortality. The crown of Bohemia, crafted for Charles IV in 1347 and adorned with precious stones, is a priceless symbol of Czech monarchy, secured in St. Vitus Cathedral. The $3 million silver scrolls, 7th century BCE amulets found in Jerusalem, offer crucial insights into early biblical texts and Jewish practices. Iceland's Vatnajökull Glacier ice caves, formed by glacial rivers. The catacombs of Paris, a subterranean ossuary, hold the skeletal remains of millions, revealing a unique and macabre chapter of the city's past. The Diamond Sutra, a Chinese Buddhist text printed in 868 AD, is the world's oldest dated printed book, found in China's Mogao Caves. A Saudi Arabian prince from the House of Saud purchased this 50,000 square foot, 10-bedroom mansion, which, despite its 17th century appearance, was built in the 21st century with modern amenities and sites on 57 acres of French countryside. The Atlas moth, a giant Southeast Asian moth with snake-patterned wings, lives briefly as an adult solely for reproduction, having no mouth and relying on larval stage fat reserves. A unique riverside shelter, built in 1968 by local youths, perches atop a rock in Serbia's Drina River. Cardboard sculptures known as ninos burned during the Fallas Festival in Valencia, Spain on March 19, 2025. The Hungarian parliament, amidst colored smoke, passed a bill banning pride marches and authorizing facial recognition, drawing condemnation from Amnesty International as an attack on LGBTQ+ rights. A pro-Palestinian protester who climbed Big Ben barefoot and staged a 16-hour ledge protest was removed by emergency services. A Joker-clad protester joined football fans and retirees in demanding higher pensions and opposing Milei's austerity measures. In a refugee camp, Palestinians shop amidst rubble as the Israeli government reportedly plans to intensify its blockade, aiming to pressure Hamas for hostage releases without withdrawing troops from the Palestinian territory. In Manila, Philippines, residents carried belongings on a raft after a large fire consumed numerous shanty houses in a downtown slum. A helicopter airlifted a cow from high Swiss alpine meadows after its summer grazing. A ghost glass frog in the Chaco rainforest possesses marbled, swirling eyes believed to aid in attracting a mate. In Mexico, paramedics transported a suspected COVID-19 patient amidst the country's high death toll. A bullet shattered glass during an armed confrontation with the military in Culiacan. A record-breaking cold snap that froze Lake Michigan and caused deaths is expected to rapidly shift to spring-like warmth, potentially leading to flooding and infrastructure damage. The Morandi Bridge has collapsed. The endangered Mary River turtle, found only in Queensland's Mary River and noted for its green mohawk, chin growths, and ability to breathe through its genitals, is highlighted in a new list of vulnerable reptiles. A 1987 photo captures a heart surgeon and patient post-23-hour transplant surgery. During World War II, young Princess Elizabeth served as a truck mechanic in the Auxiliary Territorial Service. A 2014 Martian rock resembling a human thigh bone was determined by NASA to be weather-eroded, not bone. NASA's Cassini spacecraft captured a unique 36-image map of Jupiter's south pole during its journey to Saturn. The Michigan Micro Mote, a tiny computer, was surpassed in miniaturization by IBM's even smaller salt grain-sized device. The human face and mouth contain a dense network of nerves. This image showcases an incredibly massive and intricate ice crystal, caught by hand in Switzerland's icy depths, revealing amazing natural patterns and shapes. This early 20th century embalming kit at the Mutter Museum highlights the shift in American embalming practices, popularized during the Civil War, to transport deceased soldiers home. A Mongolian burial pit reveals the violent execution of warriors from the Han Xiongnu Wars. The scenic Iceberg Alley off the coast of Newfoundland. A German tunnel mural memorializes 21 lives lost in a 2010 festival stampede, evoking a haunting ghost story. Jacob's Well, A deceptively inviting Texas swimming hole hides dangerous underwater tunnels that have claimed multiple lives. The historical first image captured of the moon, 1840. A Ku Klux Klan meeting in Georgia, 1915. Stephen Hawking alongside his wife. The first McDonald's branch. The interior of the Titanic. A photograph captures the Statue of Liberty during its construction phase. Captain Jack Bonavita posed with real lions against a painted backdrop for a promotional photo in the 1870s. A 1920 colorized photo depicts Border Patrol agents attempting to detain a fugitive crossing from the U.S. back into Mexico. Central Park in New York City, 1933. The Hollywood sign, originally Hollywoodland, was shortened in 1949. A 1942 photo shows oranges being sold for 1 cent. The young Kim Jong-un. Anandi Gopal Joshi, India's first female doctor. Hitachi K88 portable television, 1970. A 1958 photograph captures a gas station in Germany. The first ever image of a milk drop coronet demonstrating time freeze photography, 1957. A 1999 photograph captures the original Google team. A 1978 photograph captures the Microsoft staff. The first Disneyland admission ticket sold on July 17, 1955. The inaugural modern Olympic Games held in Athens, Greece in 1896. When Jim Carrey met Stephen Hawking. This is Ralph Lincoln, the 11th generation cousin of Abraham Lincoln. This is what a completely empty airplane looks like. This picture from Brazil starkly illustrates the divide between the poor on the left and the wealthy on the right. Moscow's 98-meter Peter the Great statue, completed in 1997, commemorates the Russian Navy's 300th anniversary and Peter Thorne's establishment of Russia as a maritime power. Completed in 1989, the 88-meter Dai Cannon of Kitanomiyako Park in Japan is a towering symbol of peace, housing Buddhist altars and meditation spaces. Children played on the banks of the Irrawaddy River in Mandalay, Myanmar, in front of the collapsed Ava Bridge following an earthquake. On April 16th, penitents participated in a Holy Week procession in Bilbao, Spain. A drone captured workers during recovery efforts at the collapsed Jet Set nightclub in Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. On Antarctica's Ekstrom ice shelf, a National Geographic photograph by Bertie Gregory for the documentary Secrets of the Penguins captures an emperor penguin chick seeking food from its parent during a blizzard. Photograph captures people in Taungyi, Myanmar, shielding themselves from fireworks during the Tazongdang Light Festival as the pyrotechnics ignited prematurely. 3 men rescued from Fanadik, Micronesia, after they spelled help with palm leaves following their boat's capsizing. A monkey raising its hand in class at a monkey training school in Dongying, China, where a dozen monkeys are being prepared for the upcoming year of the monkey festivities. A blue-webbed flying tree frog perched on a snail shell in Jakarta, Indonesia. The ongoing construction of a 500-meter aperture telescope in Pingtang, China, which is set to become the world's largest upon its completion. a Palestinian boy in a military costume attending a graduation ceremony for youths trained at a Hamas-run liberation camp in Gaza City. In Manila, children living in the Nevados graveyard climbed on stacked graves as millions in the Philippines prepared for All Souls Day. Nathan Road, Kowloon, Hong Kong, 1986. Winders of silk at the tombs of the caliphs, a historical scene where silk production or trade was active near a significant caliphate burial site. Circa 1963 and 1965, NASA utilized an extraordinary hydraulically powered robot dummy for testing spacesuits. Goro was a 5-foot-tall robot created in Japan in 1962 by inventor Jiro Aizawa, capable of walking, talking, and performing simple tasks via radio control. Aeromedical researchers developed large eye models operated by 2 small motors. In 1918, during World War I, German-American farmer John Meintz was whipped, tarred, and feathered in Luverne, Minnesota, due to anti-German sentiment. A Danish clothier in 1936 used a scaffold to display over 1,000 coats, creating an unusual but successful sales tactic. In the 1920s, Dr. Marie Stopes' mother's clinic in London distributed pro-race contraceptive pessaries, containing spermicides, reflecting Stopes' belief in eugenics. This ceramic statue of a standing ball player, dating from the 1st century BCE to the 3rd century CE, was discovered in Mexico. Emperor Charles I's Bergonet helmet was crafted by Coleman Helmschmidt of the Helmschmieds of Augsburg around 1530. Photo of a young samurai taken in 1865. President Jimmy Carter's message aboard Voyager 1 was intended as a greeting to extraterrestrial life. An early version of Ronald McDonald shell-shock soldier during World War I. John Wayne Gacy dressed as his clown persona Pogo. This is the earliest known photograph of the Chernobyl disaster, taken by the power plant's photographer at dawn on April 26, 1986. An X-ray shows a tear gas canister lodged fatally in a protester's brain during anti-government protests in Iraq in 2019. Handel's handwritten Messiah manuscript, a $3.9 million auction piece. The Chateau Margaux 1787, once owned by Thomas Jefferson and valued at $225,000, remains a legendary wine due to its historical significance and accidental destruction. In 2014, a striking carbon fiber and volcanic lava stone sofa, the Onyx sofa, was unveiled with a price tag of around $185,000. Red sprites, fleeting high-altitude electrical discharges above thunderstorms remain a largely mysterious atmospheric phenomenon. China's Tianzi Mountains feature towering, mist-shrouded sandstone pillars sculpted by erosion, creating an ethereal, otherworldly landscape. The secretary bird, a unique raptor, hunts on foot with powerful kicks rather than aerial swoops. In 2007, a handwritten and illustrated copy of J.K. Rowling's The Tales of Beetle the Bard, one of only 7, sold for $3.98 million, highlighting the enduring value of her Harry Potter literary universe. Ptolemy's World Map, a 2nd century CE creation, revolutionized cartography with its introduction of latitude and longitude, profoundly influencing Western mapping traditions. On January 5, 2008, a woman walked past Tianjin's China House, an architectural marvel intricately decorated with millions of ancient porcelain fragments, bowls, dishes, and vases. In 1970, a flying saucer-like house, the Futuro 2, was the grand prize for a college caption contest, offering a self-contained 26-foot diameter home. Philippine children wash flood-soiled clothes, a stark reminder of the recent super typhoon and storms that have devastated their communities. Japanese macaques relax in a hot spring at Jigokudani Yaenkoen Monkey Park. The rubble of a demolished monument marks the memory of former Syrian President Hafez al-Assad. Eastern Ghouta, a former rebel stronghold, was devastated by Syrian government forces under the Assad regime. Visitors are touring Bunker 703, a recently declassified nuclear bomb shelter constructed in 1961. Hurricane-force winds fueled the devastating Palisades fire, leaving ash-filled neighborhoods and prompting cadaver dog searches amidst the rubble. At the Auschwitz-Birkenau Memorial and Museum in Oświęcim, Poland, shoes taken from prisoners are displayed before International Holocaust Remembrance Day. Thai Buddhist monks offered prayers at Wat Dhammakaya Temple. A drone filmed Mount Etna's eruption, showing lava flows and smoke plumes emanating from its crater. An Afghan suspect with suspected Islamist motives drove into a German demonstration, injuring dozens and facing attempted murder charges. Delta Airlines offered $30,000 to each passenger from their crash-landed and fire-damaged CRJ-900 jet at Toronto Pearson Airport. Vladimir Putin visited Pyongyang, greeted by large crowds and displays, for his first meeting with Kim Jong-un since 2000. Flood-displaced dead fish, numbering in the hundreds of thousands, have washed into the Volos port, prompting cleanup efforts by Greek authorities. Participants climbed greased poles in Jakarta to win prizes, celebrating Indonesia's 79th Independence Day. Following Hurricane Helene's devastating impact, an American flag remains submerged in floodwaters, symbolizing the storm's destruction and its toll of lives and power outages. Storm Boris's extreme rainfall flooded streets and forced mass evacuations across Central Europe. Waste heavily pollutes the lagoon in Lagos's Oworoshoki district. The Aurora Borealis illuminates the night sky behind the Reculver Towers and Roman Fort in Herne Bay, Kent, England. The village of Bohorodishne, Donetsk region, shows a destroyed bridge, a casualty of heavy fighting and shifting control between Ukrainian and Russian forces in 2022. Giant pandas enjoyed snacks at the Shenshiping Conservation Center. Tourists experienced a rare walk in water at Death Valley's Badwater Basin, flooded by recent rains after Hurricane Hilary. Beachgoers relaxed near the Starship Flight 3 rocket at Starbase the day before its planned launch. A new volcanic eruption near Grindavik sent lava and smoke into the air. Fireworks illuminated the London Eye to mark the new year. And that brings us to the end of our journey through time, showcasing some of the most unique and rarely seen photographs from both the distant past and the recent present. If you found this video as fascinating as we did putting it together, please give us a like and consider subscribing for more deep dives into history, art, and the unusual. Let us know in the comments below which photo was your favorite, or if there's a rare image you think we should feature in a future video. Thanks for watching. This is Phil from the Rare Real Photos, and I'll see you in the next one.